Our last game for the day, the last best of 3 series for the day, I should probably say. Enter the Storm Europe Finals, and we have the Sandwich Monkeys going up against Virtus.pro. It's the last time this tournament that we are going to see the Sandwich Monkeys. They said that after the tournament, the team is more or less going to disband, and BKB is going to move over to Virtus.pro. So this is the last time that you are going to see the boys play. They might have 1 or 2 adjustments here with the lineup, but for now, let's just focus a bit on the draft. Stitches again is banned out globally at this point because, well, we have still that that bug on the hook that can cause a bit of a lag. Virtus.pro with a ban on Zagara here very early on. And now once again, of course, the question, Li Ming ban, yes or no? The hero was changed a little bit. She got a bit nerfed. She lost S of Johan, which was, of course, a big part. Sandwich Monkeys could ban her out here, which would most likely result in Virtus.pro going straight into that Rhaegar, even though they've really started to like that Thrall combo potential with Diablo or with ETC, and sometimes even picked Thrall over Rhaegar, allowing the opponent to take that hero. So there's a couple of things that could happen here. It's the first time today, actually, that we see 2 months of Spider Queen, and the Sandwich Monkeys are really starting to run down the time pool, aren't they? Apparently not quite sure what to take here. Whoa! A Muradin ban! Now, that's something that I did not expect, really. So Virtus.pro have the choice between Li Ming, Rhaegar, and, well, because it is Virtus.pro, Thrall. They love that hero. I guess you have to take either Li Ming or Rhaegar. I mean, just think about them picking Thrall and then Sandwich Monkeys countering with the Li Ming Rhaegar. That's the dream of everybody that is currently in Hero League, I would say. Oh my god, and they actually do it, aren't they? Told you, they love their Thrall, and they seem to really, really, really like him. Virtus.pro seem to try to go for Thrall combo again. Maybe with that Diablo. They've showed that in one of the earlier drafts today already. Yes, they do it. They allow the Sandwich Monkeys to get Rhaegar and Li Ming, if they want it, of course. If they want it. So the Sandwich Monkeys, they banned Muradin out. Which in itself, I feel, is very interesting. I did not expect a Muradin ban. I don't really know what exactly they're trying to accomplish with that, limiting that pool. They pick a Jaina, which in herself... Jaina, of course, is a high priority these days as well. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Li Ming, for example, in some of the North American games, Li Ming wasn't even picked nor banned. Jaina taken already indicates a bit that the Sandwich Monkeys want to go for burst here. Jaina got buffed, so she's incredibly strong and a high priority pick for any team. I would have still expected to see that Li Ming taken. Her damage output is very solid, even though she is a bit on the squishy side. Even after the patch, she has solid numbers. Jaina, depending on the composition that you're trying to aim for, can of course be very powerful, but Muradin as a potential counterpart, or combo part, and Zagara have already been banned out. And Virtus.pro, after they already locked down Thrall, they are saying alright boys, if you don't do it, we will. And they lock down Li Ming. So we have her again. So Li Ming being played, and well, with that being said, let's see what's going to be the next pick for them. As I said, Diablo is, for example, one of the heroes that we've seen taken a lot with them. So they could go into one of those Diablo comps again. The question is really just how much do they prioritize that. The last time they really tried to get it super early in the draft, I kind of doubt a little bit that they have to go for it that decisively right now to there's enough that they can really combo with this. As we said, for Li Ming, stuns are great because as soon as the target is stunned, you get the entire damage in. If you can get a bit of a chain stun going, then you can use the disintegrate, you go for the missiles, you shoot that orb, and you will get a massive amount of damage on a single target and blow that away. So that's a pretty cool part of her kit in general. ETC would cater to that. ETC over Diablo. Sandwich Monkeys were of course also very much in favor of an ETC here, considering that they are running a Jaina. And we could see even more bans on tanks, to be honest with you, at least from the point of Virtus.pro. Because when you look at the Sandwich Monkeys setup, and Muradin banned out, ETC now taken, you could easily go into a ban on, for example, Johanna, maybe even Diablo, depending on what you want to go for, and limit the options a little bit. Rhaegar is already great. There's Tassadar is still around as well. I mean, think about Tassadar and also Greyman. Oh my god, they banned Leoric. So Virtus.pro can now really go for a ban on Johanna if they want to. Sandwich Monkeys have the next picks. In ETC and Thrall at the front line, you can run that. You can definitely run that at Shogal. Alright. With Leoric banned out and the Sandwich Monkeys in favor of playing Cho'Gall, that's of course a very smart choice as well. Virtus.pro decided to play the Cho'Gall, to ban the Cho'Gall out there. Makes sense. Sandwich Monkeys, they love to play with Cho'Gall. We've actually like seen a couple of games played by them already here, and that Leoric ban was already catering a little bit. It's a bit of a misconception that Karazim is like more or less a hard counter against Cho'Gall. It's definitely not true. A lot of people think that. But Karazim, first of all, in order to really get Cho'Gall low, he would have to get the perfect 7-sided strike off. But even then, the max amount of damage that you can dish out to Cho'Gall is 50%. Whereas a Leoric is much, much stronger over time with that duration. And that he can hit every single fight. And Karazim is a nice tool against Cho'Gall. But he's actually not like this much of like a super hard counter or anything. So there's a bit of a misconception that a lot of people still have. The Sandwich Monkeys, after now Cho'Gall and Leoric were banned, I mean, Johanna is still open, and she's the best tank from the available ones. If you are trying to have a strong frontliner, you can still combo that with a second, but you can also play that Johanna pretty much solo. She benefits from the Lightning Shield quite a bit. I mean, you have that Condemn Lightning Shield synergy. Greymane wouldn't surprise here as a pick in damage. We've seen in the last few games that he is an incredible damage dealer. Could have seen something like a Lunara on one of those teams as well. We've seen a lot of the Lunara focus here. Virtus.pro might even decide to go into a Lunara here. But they have also the opportunity to go into a Vala if they just want to have a little bit more wave clear. Vala is incredibly strong with that. On this map, Kel'Thas is also very solid. So if you are not afraid from committing to like 2 heroes that are very heavily basing their damage on cooldowns, then you can go Li Ming and Kel'Thas. But having that Vala would give you the wave clear. First they play with a Tacita. And now they could theoretically also decide to go maybe even into that Tyrande again. Yep, Tyrande it is. Tacita Tyrande. And this time they have a lot more synergy than in previous best of 3s that we've seen. Since they have ETC Tyrande plus Thrall and then Li Ming for the burst. Catering towards what I explained earlier. Trying to get a bit of a stun lock against any target and then Li Ming just like blasting it away with the damage from the backline. So that's the idea that they're currently running with. And Li Ming is going to be pretty happy about Tacita shields and then also of course Tyrande. And the Chen. God, I would love Chen. I would love Murky too, but I would love Chen. I've been talking like so much already about like Chen as even a potential, not counter, but a potential threat to Li Ming, especially after pressure point on level 16 when you can just like jump with your feet into Li Ming's face in every single fight over and over again. You can put so much pressure on her that it's absolutely incredibly difficult for her to get any damage in. So a Chen would actually be a lot of fun here. Any kind of hero at this point for what they are showcased so far would be nice. But they go for the Chen. We have the big fat panda once again back to business, and I'm liking it a lot. Chen is a lot of fun right now that Blizzard fixed this Q. It's a little bit harder now to hit your W and E one after another. You have to like adjust a little bit on the timing of the two. Something changed with the last patch. I'm not 100% certain what happened there, but they fixed the flying kick so that you actually land behind the target. Chen is a lot stronger here in this case now too. Also because Li Ming lost S of Johan. S of Johan was like a no-go, like Chen was a no-go against Li Ming because of that S of Johan, but now it's gone, and that means that Chen has now finally a chance against that. And this is going to be like incredibly strong for Chen. Chen is going to have a lot of fun here, so I'm liking that setup here quite a bit. Guys, we're going to jump in. Sandwich Monkeys versus Virtus.pro, and well, let's find out which team is going to take the lead in this best of 3 series at the end of Storm Finals. Game number 1, ladies and gentlemen, here at the losers bracket between the Sandwich Monkeys and Virtus.pro. It's the last time that we're going to see the Sandwich Monkeys before they disband here in the tournament at the end of the Storm. They said they would complete it, and they indeed intend to do that. We have them currently here in the losers bracket against Virtus.pro, where BKB is going to move to after this tournament. We have him on Johanna, AD on Jaina, Wolf's on Greymane, very fitting. Chen on Antihero, what else? And Sport Billy on Rhaegar. Sefkajov for Virtus.pro to the right side of the map playing Tacita. We have Lunan on Tyrande, Mopsio on Thrall, Power of Dream on ETC, and Neon is playing Li Ming. Li Ming trying to go for all that bling bling on the map here right now. There's so many gems everywhere. Top keg. Yeah, let's see if Antihero really goes for the keg. I would love it, but I kind of have a bit of an inkling that he goes for the Storm, Earth, and Fire instead. Talking talents right now, a bit of an adjustment here. Power Hungry has now been taken. Alright, so Power Hungry for Li Ming. We have seen a lot of Astral Presence taken as the level 1 talent from everybody that played Li Ming so far today, even though the talent, of course, got nerfed in the recent patch. Besides that, level 1 Electric Charge, once again being used here. With Chen, it's a great talent. Like, guys, once again, if you run a Chen against the Li Ming, after level 16, when you have pressure point and when you have a Rhaegar in your own setup, they can just provide you with a lightning shield. You jump into the back line every time you get the opportunity to do that, and you are looking good. Antihero, on the other hand, does not look too good down to the bot lane. Didn't see that rotation coming, apparently. And with that stun setup, we see an immediate kill for Virtus.pro. That's, of course, one of the big strengths that you have when you have an ETC and the Tyrande. Oh my god. Kill number 2. ETC Tyrande, the stun combo. It has been around for a long, long time. Has not been played as much these days as it once was, because, of course, Tyrande got nerfed quite a bit by Blizzard. But still, an incredible powerful setup, and we can see now why exactly that is. And that was even without Li Ming trying to contribute her own damage to it. Li Ming, of course, benefiting from any target that's being locked down by the allies, since she can just dish out all that damage. And there we have one small attempt to go for Sport Billy this time. Not quite making it happening yet. Sefkaja moving in now too. We have Power of Dream, Neon, Lunan, and Sefkaja in the mid lane going for those rotations. I mean, especially with the Power Hungry, of course, on level 1, it kind of makes a bit of sense to do exactly that and try to dominate those rotations a little bit. That being said, the bot lane, Chen is still there, anti-hero against Mopsio. It's the fight of the two of them, trying to just like dominate that lane. Chen, in general, very good lane bully, very, very strong with that. We're having now also again Jaina taken out. It's that strong Tyrande early game that we once again have. It's a double support that Virtus.pro is running here, so it's a lot of... There's a lot of sustain that they have then later on, but the early game, this is really where they need, like what they do right now, they need to do that. Like if they don't get the kills in right now and start to snowball it a little bit early on, then they're going to run into trouble later on in the game. Thrall taken out at the bot lane by Wolves and Antihero here, so the two are taking Thrall out and get the first kill for their game, for their team. But keep in mind that we are still looking at a match where like nothing is decided, even with those kills early on. Level 10s, once that they come in, the entire setup is going to change quite significantly. And we have a lot of potential on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys to turn this around at any point. Level 4 talent now also, once again, a bit different. The Charged Blast has this time taken. And that's also like a pretty interesting take, actually. Charged Blast, so a very different build that we see this time. We've seen Li Ming today, I think, twice, and both times we have seen completely different builds from that. Jump in once again, Wolves is there, and they kill against Tyrande. Well done. That's once again Greymane at its best, of course. Yep, 2 heroes dead, Tyrande and also ETC taken out. And they guard, nice. They guard all of the gems and they get the kill against Tassadar because he was too greedy. He felt baited into the gems, was trying to move in and secure them, and instead he's taken out. Chen going for the amplified healing here. So an adjustment a bit on the build that Antihero is playing here. Not going for the swift reflexes, which we oftentimes see. But of course on this map you get an incredible amount of, in particular, you get an incredible amount of like globes. So that Regeneration Master talent is going to be great. And since Amplified Healing procs off Regeneration Master as well, it's actually like a very, very cool talent to go for synergy if you know that you're going to get a lot of stacks. And that's the case in here, or at least it will be. Besides that, we have the Blue Web Weavers descending, turned in for the first time here. So after the original kills that we've seen for Virtus.pro, it's suddenly the Sandwich Monkeys who are really putting the plays in. We have 4 against 3 kills now in favor of the blue team. And the cocktail build is proceeding. Arcane Intellect as a talent on Jaina as a level 4 talent. So a bit of mana management that we're seeing from ADRD here. With an Ice Lance on level 7 now taken. The full Conviction build or full Condemn build has been taken with Conviction and also Eternal Retaliation. Absolutely loving Eternal Retaliation as a talent, by the way, on maps like this one. Since you get just so much cooldown reduction every single time you go into these waves with Web Weavers. So it's absolutely incredible what you can go for in cooldown reduction, so that you get an immediate second condemn out of it. And well, level 7 talents are now ready for both these teams, and it's really like a missile focus that we see for Li Ming now. Very, very different build here. Seeker has been taken. So at this point with Seeker now taken, Neo, as you can already see, is going for a heavy focus on the missiles, at least at first. So very different from what we've seen so far. Calamity for most of the players that we've seen up to this point was the level 7 talent. Here comes again the attempt to go for ADRD, but this time he's able to escape. They go for Power of Dream instead, now trying to turn it around against him. And Chen is now moving in as well. 18 gems still on Antihero. Have a fair amount, and they went through the first fort as well. So 1 fort down. A lot of pressure now from the Sandwich Monkeys. A very aggressive setup here for them. And Brewmaster's Balance taken as a level 7 talent here once more. Pretty standard to go at least go for that. And, well, level 10, still a bit of a surprise to me. I'm not quite sure what exactly Antihero is going to go for here. As I said, Keg is going to be a great tool for them, but at the same time, of course, if you go into the triple panda, it's one of the talents that Anti has been using a lot as well. But if you go for Keg, you can always go for that Toranda. You can try to get that Thrall. Like, you have a couple of targets that you can really just try to focus out. If you're really sticking close to the hero, you can even go for Li Ming, but the problem is, once that the Keg at some point just like moves a bit away from her, she can always just like teleport behind it. So you either have to wait out for the cooldown before you jump in, or you have to make sure that you don't give her a chance to really use that. Here comes the Keg, we're seeing it. Keg being chosen, Blessed Shield as well. Go for the Throat, Ancestral Healing, and Jaina. Well, in this particular setup, I would actually say that she can definitely go for the Water Elemental. But Ring of Frost it is. Water Elemental would have given them... there's nothing really to combo the Water Elemental off, so they have to make it a situational thing then during those fights. Oftentimes when you see like... sorry, the Ring of Frost. When you see the Ring of Frost chosen, it's like with, for example, like a Mosh Pit, with a Maw. Something along those lines that like pins a target down and you get your 100% hit out of it. Down here to the bottom, Anti-Hero already trying to bully down that fort. Another Web Weaver wave could actually be heading down very soon for the blue team. They're very close to getting another turn-in completed. And we have no real chance for the red team to turn in because they don't have their level 10 yet. It's the biggest problem for them. There's no 10 yet. Bot lane, Anti-Hero is just saying like, alright, goodbye fort. So they're going to take this down too. Fort eliminated, Anti-Hero can drop this wave and turn in, and at the top, the immediate same reaction happening from the rest of his teammates, making sure that they get the second Web Weaver. So, pressure play is like really everything right now. There's very cautious play for Virtus.pro, and they have to be cautious, since they are in a situation where they just simply don't have that level 10 talent. They can't move in without their rogue ability. And now, the second Web Weavers are going to put them, of course, farther and farther behind. It's definitely going to be the end of the fort at the top lane. That's not like a given. It could theoretically mean a keep if you can kill a target as well. Already taken Shadow Stalk, Sundering, Mosh Pit, and Disintegrate. Could we see the Archon? Yes! We actually have the Archon chosen. No Force Wall, more damage is what they need right now. Archon as the talent, and let's see how that's going to work out. Power of Dream is threatening a Mosh Pit from behind. Web Weaver up at the top lane, currently going straight for the fort and gonna eliminate that quite easily. Down here to the bottom of the map, Wolf's ADRD, everybody is around. They're trying to go for it again. Power of Dream already waiting for a chance to maybe slide in. But this time they're not getting too much damage out of it just yet. ADRD is rotating back down. They want to at least get a few of the towers so that they can get it more ahead in experience. Pushing everybody back here. Here comes the wave. Anti-Hero is still waiting. If they get that wall down, he might be able to jump in and barrel someone out there. If they can get that against Mopsio, for example, they could deliver those, or they could like take those 30... No, well, they can't take them, but they can deny those 30 gems to them. Blue Web Weaver is still up. So all in all, not really too much damage done by the Web Weaver wave. But of course, they gain map control with it. And they are very close to level 13 talent now, and it seems like they want to go for Thrall. If they can eliminate Thrall, that's 30 gems that you lose. And are they going for it? Not quite. They're still waiting it out here. Mopsio is playing it super safe right now because he's saying like, hey guys, listen, you are somewhere. And they know that there might be some kind of trap. So he moves back at this point. It's a smart decision and it's a cautious play, and they need to be cautious. They know that this is a time when they can maybe like finally turn in. If they can sneak the turn in now, they have more than 100 gems, by the way. So if they can sneak the turn in, then they will at least relieve some of the pressure. But that level 13 would again give the control back to the Sandwich Monkeys. And they're going to hit that. They have their 13, the extra talent with the Unfettered Assault, with also the tidal waves for the cooldown reduction now, taken by Spot Billy on his Rhaegar. And we're seeing a spell shield even for Johanna against Li Ming here. She's at the front line the entire time, needs to make sure that they are in a position where she's not just going to drop within a second. 34 gems taken, and it looks like they try to go for boss. They try to sneak that boss in. Yeah, there was an owl a second ago, but there's no level 13 talent yet, but at least they can turn in. So they try to turn in, and with that advantage, that boss is going to be claimed, so the turn-in shouldn't be able to do too much. It's a pretty smart move here, actually, on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys. I like it. It's not really too risky with that extra talent lead that they have and the dominant position. The Web Weavers are, of course, descending, but that boss is still going to threaten the top lane. And what it basically does is it forces the red team to defend, and that exposes the Web Weavers to the Sandwich Monkeys and means that they can just simply move in and take all of them down and will not lose any structures. So that's the trade-off that they make here. They're saying like, yes, you can delay a little bit longer, you can head into level 13, but your turn-in is going to be completely negated by the fact that we got that boss. So the boss is pushing, is even getting like a wall, and at the same time the first Web Weaver is down, second one at the bot lane is about to fall, the one up at the top is actually like very far out as is, so they can wait a little bit longer, and that's why we're having now the rest of the team just like starting to move up to the top lane again. So far, actually a cool move on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys, well done. BKB just getting his condemns in, and Chen still waiting for the barrel. Chen still waiting for a chance to barrel here. After a really aggressive early game, we haven't really seen too much great pressure play or aggression in the past few minutes. It also is reflected in the damage. I mean, think about our game 12 minutes in, 11 minutes in, 15,000 as the top damage on Greymane, 19,000 as the top damage on Thrall. So we're not really in the setup where a lot of fights have happened yet. Antihero is still there, 13 talents now on both sides. Glass Cannon taken again on Li Ming, going for the full damage here. Sundering used, here comes the barrel, trying to go for the keg. ETC is kegged away. And yeah, Antihero just like trying to buy a bit of space for the rest of the team. After the Sundering, he was trying to make sure that ETC could not follow it up with the Mosh Pit. So in this case, it worked out for them. Barreled ETC to the side, so denying that. It's basically a nice move on their part here, but here comes the attack again, and once more, it's that focus. Here comes the Ring of Frost. They're moving out of it. Mosh Pit is in, hitting 3. Nice heal against BKB, but still the kill against Greymane. Greymane down, ETC drop 2. Antihero jumping in, they go for Luna, and down goes Tyrande, and immediately the move against Li Ming now. But it's a still even fight, nearly. Yes, 3 heroes down on both sides. Shen drinking once again like a pro. Can they go for Sefkash? It's 50 gems that he has. Antihero should have another flying kick ready in a moment, and yep, there it is. And the great kill against Tassadar. 50 gems lost. Well played, even without the pressure point on level 16. That was a totally cool move here. Chen with all the amount of damage that he needed to dish out in that fight. Very, very well played. Chen actually right now with 15,000 damage himself. And you can actually see how some of those heroes more or less doubled that damage in that last battle alone. Just another indicator of how few fights there actually were up to this point. So we have now 42 additional gems for the team in blue, which means that they have an entire turn-in. Web Weavers are turning in as Antihero actually gets rid of his gems. Well played here on this part, and now the level 16 talent is there. Oh, and he barrels them away, but he made an adjustment. No, he didn't pick his 6th talent. That's why we didn't see the pressure point there. So yeah, Lunan once again about to be locked down. No talent chosen for Chen. Can he go for the pressure point? He will, and he does. There it is. Pressure point taken. And Tyrande taken out at the perfect moment in time. I mean, it doesn't get any better for the Sandwich Monkeys as is. They have level 16 versus 14 with Web Weavers pushing all 3 lanes, which have previously already been pushed back quite heavily. So now they are starting to threaten all the walls, all the keeps here directly. Holy Renewal has been taken. Numbing Blast on Jaina over the Northern Exposure. And we're seeing Rising Storm again for Rega as the level 16 talent here. With Greymane going for the cocktail build straight into the Concentrated Blast once again. 2-level advantage and pressure on every lane. Great play here by the Sandwich Monkeys. 9 kills against 6. Virtus.pro really starting to struggle here just slightly. The bot lane pressure now taking the well. ADRD and BKB are also there. Li Ming at the top lane, just blasting away at that particular Web Weaver, who nearly got the keep, by the way. And the keep at the bot lane doesn't look too pretty either. Again, Antihero could go for a keg. He could jump in if he really wanted to. He has that chance. And just going for the pressure, and they take down keep number 2. Or keep number 1, actually. There comes again the keg. Not really hitting Mopsio too hard yet. They try to go for it. Lock him down with the Ring of Frost, and goodbye. This is the kill that they've been waiting for. Antihero, if he hits the brew again, he can go for Lunan, but he is very low on it, so he can't really make that work. Use the flying kick to escape here, and 17 to 16 in a few moments. But yeah, they just steal the camps away. Top lane pressure has been pretty solid. Anybody could move in here at any point and try to just like take down the fort as well. Once again, in terms of damage, we're currently seeing 32,000 for Greymane. Li Ming on 32,000 as well, but Thrall still has a bit more DPS on the board than she does, at least in the last few fights. And here with the 16 versus 16 talent, of course, they can at least go into the additional talent with the mirror ball here as well. So more or less really a missile focus that we see entirely for Li Ming here. It's an incredible damage potential that you have on the hero, but so far they have not really been able to utilize that. An anti-hero with the lightning shield is going to try to jump into these fights, into the backline quite a bit. Now once again, anti-hero, they are on Mopsio, trying to threaten the melee assassin. They're doing a solid job at that. Mopsio is nearly down. The kill, not quite. Here comes the barrel. They're trying to get everybody out and only isolate 2 of them. TSaM with the Prescience gets away, but anti-hero is still there, has the pressure point. Is he jumping in? They don't want to follow it up, but they took at least that keep down in the bot lane and top lane. And that now means that in the mid lane, the only one that is still remaining is also incredibly low, so they bought a lot of time in these fights. It's also used, of course, a lot of their cooldowns, but they're ready to go for the boss now. Could have maybe like gone for one of those kills, but at this point, 16 versus 16 talents, they see the rotation coming towards the top. They're not willing to risk it. They were willing to actually like try, but they're not willing to completely commit to the boss. So no throw pit attempt just now. 10 kills against 6. Turn in attempt again. 33 gems ready on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys, whereas Virtus.pro is currently in possession of 79, so they have an entire turn in here with no problems whatsoever, if they can get into the middle of the map and turn those in, and that's the biggest problem. Chen is still threatening the top, and he's doing a very solid job at keeping Mopsio low, and especially, of course, like far back. But at this point right now, we're seeing BKB and Sport Billy also just like using that freedom on the map that they have to go for a few of the camps here with a lightning shield. It's a pretty easy pick, of course, on those. Chen again in play here, pushing everything back. And I mean, right now, if you look at, well, let's look at the siege damage, for example. He's at 58,000. Johanna has 102,000 with the full condemn build that we're currently using. Tassadar is at 112,000 siege damage, and Li Ming still at 101. Solid damage overall for her still, but she's on 37,000, which isn't bad by any means. But of course, can't really... Yeah, it's not... she's still looking really strong there, but not really that massive top damage that we usually see. Pressure at the bot lane thanks to the camp. Pressure at the mid lane to a camp that was taken as well. The boss is now about to be taken, but they have to move away again. And anti-hero gets actually locked down by that tornado. Mopsio is there. Here comes the attempt, barreling everyone away. The heal on the keg. And that Sundering doesn't do anything anymore. Li Ming again trying to rack up a few numbers. They need to get those turned in though. They really need to get those gems turned in. Li Ming, she wants all that bling bling for herself. No more gems are being given up. Nope, she wants to have that for herself, not turning it in. We have the kill against ETC, and now it's time to die for Tyrande. Lunan already knows that with Chen on him, there's absolutely no chance of escape. It's absolutely impossible to get away from these, so he moves into the other direction to make sure that the rest of his team is safe. It's actually like a pretty smart move, sacrifices himself for the rest of the team. If in this situation Lunan moves with the rest, then there's a chance that maybe Li Ming or someone else is also falling, Chen locking them down with a pressure point, and maybe Johanna moving in. So he just realizes, well, I'm dead as is, let's move away right now and then see how it goes. We are seeing double Bolt of the Storm taken level 20 with an indestructible and also rewind for Rhaegar. Hunter's Blunderbuss has been taken again for the Worgen, so a lot of AoE damage that you get here now as well. But the pressure at the top and with the boss they want to end. A 2-level lead. Tyrande down for another 10 seconds. She will be back for the defense, but still, anti-hero already jumping in. His keg is ready, so if he gets the lockdown on anybody here, he can isolate them again. Or even just like push them away when they try to defend the core. Both would work wonders here for them. In terms of like damage overall, it's also looking like a very solid here. Li Ming still trying to, of course, hit that leaderboard hard. Here comes that heal on anti-hero with his Chen. He's barreling Sefka away, or is trying to. Power of Dream is very much so slowed. There comes the Sundering, more of a defensive one than anything else, but that boss is already on core. And here comes the Ring of Frost. But a nice mosh pit. Neon puts the damage in. ETC is down, and so is the core. This is game, ladies and gentlemen. GG. At the end of the match, Li Ming finally succeeded in taking the top slots for at least hero damage, but the game ends in favor of the opponent. GG and well played. The Sandwich Monkeys with 1-0 lead. Game number 2, everybody. Sandwich Monkeys in the lead against Virtus.pro, and the map that has been chosen by Virtus.pro is Infernal Shrines. So right now we're having Virtus.pro with the first pick and first ban in this case. Now we've actually like seen, you could see a Cho'Gall again. I mean, like he was banned out in the last game, so that's one of the reasons why I actually feel yeah, that I have to mention it again. Sandwich Monkeys, they really love to play their Cho'Gall. We have also, though, Virtus.pro right now in a situation where they could get access to either Rhaegar or Li Ming again. I mean, in the last game already, the Sandwich Monkeys were pretty comfortable going up against Li Ming, and it worked out for them. Stitches is still banned out. I need to emphasize that again, since, well, we haven't really seen him over the last 2 weeks, I suppose, since there was a bug back then that causes lag in custom games on the hook. Rhaegar banned out. Whoa, alright, that's an interesting choice here. I mean, we know that Virtus.pro really loves to play their Thrall. Sandwich Monkeys, do they ban Li Ming or do they ban something else? I mean, they ban the Butcher. Okay, now this starts to feel a little bit trolly. Either the Sandwich Monkeys really know something that we don't, or this is like one of those bullshit bans where you just say like, okay, ban out whatever, because we're gonna get a good double ban. And what? Okay, either we've fallen victim to a troll draft, or the... yeah. Okay, it's a troll draft. They restart the draft. Something went wrong. Because Tychus and, like, Butcher... any sense. Any whatsoever. Alrighty. Rough, baby. Cheers, man. Thanks, dude.
Get well.
Thanks, bro. Dude, it's your chibi choice right now. You should know that. You're a modded even. So there we have that. But yeah, thanks, dude. Like, I plan to. Every day I feel like I'm getting better, and then I wake up the next morning and I still feel like garbage. It's horrible. So maybe I can get a couple of like questions in while we're waiting. Okay, let's see. No, I use BT TV. Why not? What? Originally, I think both me and Grubby were supposed to be in Katowice, but apparently Grubby can't make it. He doesn't have time that weekend, so it would have been nice to cast with him again. Last time I casted with him was in StarCraft 2, I feel. We casted quite a bit in StarCraft 2. I got him to a couple of events where I was like casting as well as my co, which was super fun. And we casted also in Warcraft 3, even though not that much. I was actually Grubby's manager in Warcraft 3. Long time ago, though. Ages ago, it feels like. So let's see, what else do we have there? Yeah, well, unfortunately the game is starting once again, so I can't really answer like too much, but anyways, sorry guys. Okay, everybody, so our game is starting. Game number 2, Infernal Shrines, is the map. Once again, Stitches is banned because there's still that lag bug on his hook in custom games. We're currently seeing the Sandwich Monkeys with an immediate ban on Leoric. More or less saying to Virtus.pro, listen up, boys. Ban out that Cho'Gall. Yep, and there it is. Cho'Gall is being banned, so the Sandwich Monkeys already are now in a position where they can choose whatever they want. It's actually like a smart choice. With the knowledge that they love to play Cho'Gall, and them banning out Leoric, the best counter to Cho'Gall, they basically like put Virtus.pro in a position where they say, either you ban out Li Ming right now, or you ban Cho'Gall. One of the two. Like no other choice. But there's Rhaegar, of course, still around as well, which is a bit of a concern. So Sandwich Monkeys have to really think hard on this one. If they, for example, pick Li Ming, then Virtus.pro could go into a Rhaegar plus X, probably a Thrall, since they really love to play that hero. But it's a pretty funny start into the draft. If you know that an opponent is playing a lot of Cho'Gall, is very good at that, then of course that opens a whole new level to the drafting process. And the Sandwich Monkeys, they still say we are going for Rhaegar here. So they take that Rhaegar and they allow Virtus.pro to again get Li Ming if they want to do that. So Virtus.pro has the choice. Are they going in for Li Ming? If they do, they will probably also add that Thrall again. I mean, they really love those Thrall comps. But for now, it is a Zagara that they are currently looking at a little bit closer, trying to get that. Yes, Zagara has been taken. And I'm still very curious to see if it's going to be Li Ming that is being taken here, or if they go for something else. I mean, as we said, usually they went into a Thrall very early in the draft. I mean, I'm not quite sure what you get out with that. So let's see. There's the Sonya. Okay, completely different draft now. We're going away from what we have seen so far into something different. Sonya has been chosen. It's actually like pretty... I really like how Cho'Gall is affecting some drafts, but not others. Like, some teams play him, some teams don't. So you have to just like think about a whole new level of mind games when you go up against a team that has solid Cho'Gall players. It's really interesting to see how that actually works. And there's quite a few teams out there that don't play a lot with Cho'Gall. So it's really one of these target things. So now we could see Sandwich Monkeys with Li Ming plus Rhaegar. Already Sonya and Zagara taken. I mean, Sonya theoretically could even like go into something like a leap, depending on how you want to play it. But Falstad for now chosen. And we've seen it in North America already, that there were a couple of games where Li Ming was actually completely disregarded in the bans and in the picks as well, because they just said it doesn't fit into our composition and we don't want that. Falstad has been claimed, and he's of course amazing on Infernal Shrines. I mean, map control overall for him is great. He can fly in at any point, soak a bit of extra experience. The Mighty Gust is a very, very good tool. But they still have to decide on what they want to go for right now. Because we have seen a heavy focus on tanks in the last game that the two teams played here. Early Muradins, for example, are oftentimes taken, but it is at Jaina. Okay, so Li Ming still ignored here. We have Rhaegar, Falstad, Jaina. So the damage is more or less set for the Sandwich Monkeys. Muradin would be a great addition, but it's very likely that Virtus Pro is either going to ban him out or going to pick him themselves. There's of course also that ETC to consider, which is always a huge threat. We have Johanna still in play, which is also great on Infernal Shrines. I mean, yes, of course, if you talk Knight takes pawn, it's not really effective against the minions anymore, but Condemn still does a lot of damage, and a lot of siege damage in particular, so she's still solid. You can use that, especially with the Lightning Shield, of course. All of these heroes would be absolutely great. Virtus Pro, they ban out that Diablo, which is actually an interesting choice if you think about it. Diablo, of course, with the potential of adding like another Tyrande or any kind of follow-up stun would have been great with that Jaina, but at the same time, Diablo ban means also that Virtus Pro can't combo the Maw with the Apocalypse. And the Sandwich Monkeys, they ban out Muradin right now. So with Muradin being banned, there's ETC still around. ETC, Johanna, are the best tanks that we still have, and ETC gets claimed by Virtus Pro, which leaves Johanna for the Sandwich Monkeys. So we have ETC with that mosh pit after the Zagara Maw. We have Sonya with the damage, but they still need someone that can dish out range damage. Greymane would actually be great in this setup. They need someone who has siege as well. A little bit of siege damage, and the cocktail build is absolutely perfect for that. So having Greymane in the setup would be very, very good. Unless, of course, you want to still drop that Li Ming here for the poke from a distance. But Greymane would be very, very solid with a poke on the cocktail build too. It's actually very interesting that Greymane wasn't taken yet. But Falstad offers a few things that Greymane just doesn't have. It's like much better single target damage from a distance, and it's more or less fly in that gust. That is, of course, in his favor. So, let's see. Virtus Pro at this point. I would... Wow. Charism early on. I would have liked to see that Greymane here. I'm wondering if the Sandwich Monkeys would actually consider going into Greymane plus Johanna. If they just say like single warrior at the front and then that. We have still also a Tacita around, but yeah, Sandwich Monkeys are very unlikely, I feel, to go for a well, actually, to be honest with you, like Sandwich Monkeys could go for a Tacita. They could go for a Tacita Rhaegar with the Johanna as the only frontliner, and then they have one frontliner that you nearly can't kill. Poke with Tacita from a distance. Oracle as well against Zagara. Thrall is still around too. Yeah, then I guess drop that Tacita and go for the Thrall instead. Thrall Johanna would be really strong for them too now. But yeah, you could theoretically go for that Tacita, because then you have a massive amount of AoE poke for the shrine fights, and you have a very solid front line. Oh my god, Arthas, I would love it. Arthas is great. Na'Vi plays Arthas. It's one of the few teams that actually starts to play Arthas again. It's actually... I'm a little bit curious. I feel like Johanna is still very solid with this, because she also has, of course, like, again, the cool thing about Johanna is that she has also Shield Glare. Shield Glare is very solid also against the Charism. You have that stun, you have also a very nice survivability. Arthas can add to that survivability too, but he's a bit of... he has lockdown. That's one of the things that he has over at Johanna. Like, Johanna does have Condemn, which is annoying, but she doesn't have that pure lockdown. Lunara taken. Lunara over Greymane, I find that a bit curious, since the poke is not as great as with Greymane, I feel. I feel like the cocktail build has better poke than Lunara, so I feel going into a Greymane for the shrine fights would have probably been a little bit better than Lunara herself, but then again, she has very solid damage that we've seen in the previous games now too, so it's not like she's a horrible pick. No, not by any means. Like, she's very good here. I just feel like Greymane might have been even a bit better to win the Punisher on the shrines. I mean, as is, we are going to see how exactly they're going to play that out now. Sandwich Monkeys are in the lead in the best of 3 series. Game number 2 is going to come in. So guys, get ready for this one. Could be the last map of the day. Sandwich Monkeys versus Virtus Pro on Infernal Shrines. Game number 2, we are on Infernal Shrines. It is the Sandwich Monkeys in the loser bracket of the End of the Storm finals again against Virtus Pro. And currently in the 1-0 lead are the Sandwich Monkeys. To the left side of the map we have them with BKB on Arthurs, the Lich King, Frostmaw on Hungers, Wolves on Jaina, ADR on Fosset, Anti-Hero on Thrall. We have Sport Billy on Rhaegar. And to the right side of the map, it's Mopsio on Sonya, Lunan on Karazim. We have Sefkaja on Lunara, Power of Dream on ETC, and Neon on Zegara. A pretty interesting lineup here in particular for Team Virtus Pro, I'd say. I did really expect Greymane to be picked for the extra damage, but in this case it's now Lunara. Sefkaja probably with a personal choice, with a personal preference pick here. Cruel Spores taken as a level 1 talent, which is still one of the more common builds that we see. Probably going to be, yes, the Electric Charge again taken. We have Seasoned Marksman currently also played for Falstad. Doesn't really, as a surprise, Regeneration Master, Conjurer's Pursuit. The only difference, or the only thing that is maybe a bit surprising, is that Proc Rock on level 1 for ETC. I really expected them to go for maybe something else, but Proc Rock here can of course really help. So in this case, they just like have the additional heals, and that is like pretty powerful. ETC as the frontliner next to Sonya, it makes sense to go for a bit more sustain here than I suppose. We're having at 1 minute and 40 seconds the first of those shrines activated when the Punisher can be claimed. In terms of like area of effect damage, I would even say that we're having a bit of a better position there for the Sandwich Monkeys with the AoE that they're controlling here. I mean, we still have that Jaina, of course, with the Blizzard, for example, Thrall with the Chain Lightning. That Lightning Bond, or no, sorry, the Electric Charge on the Chain, on the Lightning Shield. There we go. Is also very cool and powerful. It's a great talent and a great hero overall on this map in particular. Like, you get so much siege damage out against the minions. It's really sweet. Kill against Zegara up at the top. Wow. So that kill happened. And, well, the counter kill against Anti-Hero is successful. And against ADRD maybe as well. Sefkaja with all that poison damage. I mean, that's one of the great things, of course, about Lunara. She's incredibly annoying. Mopsio also very low here, but they try to turn around against Arthurs, and BKB falls as well. But Mopsio, what? Mopsio survives and gets away. It's actually kind of funny these days if you think about like the damage dealers that we have. Lunara, Li Ming, Greymane, probably like the most important ones, but those three, they are really the ones where we actually see a lot of... Yeah, we see a lot of number racing, I would say. Like, all three of them have incredible numbers every single time that we see them played. And right now, Sefkaja is trying to get that single target damage in here. Greymane would have been the better choice for the poke, of course, of those shrines. But so far, Lunara is doing a very solid job, and 2 versus 1 kill is looking pretty sweet. The Nimble Wisp chosen for Sefka on the level 4 talent. We're also seeing now Snowstorm plus Destruction taken. And, well, besides that, double neck guitar again. Nimble Wisp, as already pointed out. Chain Lightning build for Thrall. And Green Jesus is starting to move in again. But, well, he needs to be a bit careful here. They're trying so far under very solid control of the team in red. But here comes now Falstad. And with Falstad flying in, it's a 5 versus 5. He was at the top lane so far. Anti-Hero is down, though. No counter kill yet, but they try to go for Mopsio. Mopsio is low, but BKB is about to fall. And that's the kill number 4 against the Sandwich Monkeys. Sandwich Monkeys starting to really bleed in this game. And seeing that first Immortal, the first Punisher, definitely for the team in red. So great job by Virtus Pro here. And 4 kills against 1 is just another indicator of how strong their setup is. Neon versus ADRD at the top lane right now. It's all about the experience, dog. The first Punisher usually doesn't really do too much. Like, you can really let that even go. Oh, but a mistake here apparently. Not jumping in. Finally starting to make his way. Very late, actually. So a very late jump of the Punisher into the backline so that the 4th and the 2nd tower can start attacking as well. It means that the entire wall is easily falling here. So they get quite a bit of value out of that first Punisher. Normally you see a lot of times in pro play only 1 tower and maybe the gate go down. But now the entire thing has been destroyed. Experience Soak is still there. And Neon at the top lane did not really... Yeah, he didn't really expect like going up against the 2 of them. So he falls. You have ADRD starting to move away. The problem is, can Arthurs get away? Yeah, he's still visible, and he's not going to be able to drop this. No. Thanks to the creep tumor, they knew about like the positioning of Arthas and could really beat his rotations. Wild Vigor now taken. Again, indicating also how many different builds we actually like have for Lunara. If you remember the games that we had earlier today in the loser bracket here at the end of the Storm Finals, we had a few different builds here going for just more like the Toxic Talents than anything else. So Lunara in this case right now going to what we're a little bit more used to with the Wild Vigor here. But it's actually interesting to see that different players still prioritize different builds here. Blizzard is starting to really put a lot of effort into diversifying the build potential on heroes, and it's working out quite nicely. BKB on his way to the top now. Of course, with him using, like, one of the reasons why he works quite well on in this setup right now, and is maybe like the preferred pick over Johanna, is also that Arthas has the potential to take down these creep tumors. With him just using his own Frozen Tempest, he can take the creep tumors down quite easily, and that's what they're currently doing. So it's one of the plays that Arthas can make that most of the other heroes can't, unless they take on level 13 then the Burning Rage, which could of course also been one of the things that you choose to make that happen. Zagara again taken out. I mean, Zagara really has to be a little bit careful about like AD, RD and BKB up at the top. This is like the second or third time even that she dies now. I think it's the second time to this, and there was no real flank or anything set up. The teams are both now on level 7, and still like the attempt to go for a camps that we're seeing here. Sevkaja is very low, but here comes Mopsio, and Sport Billy starts to fall in hit points, and Sevkaja just going for the slow and the poison. They get the kill in. AD RD is now with them as well, but Mopsio gets shielded. BKB moves in, and they finally get a kill against him. They might even be able to get another one, but Luna dashes to Sevkaja, and that Blizzard doesn't hit him full force. The Shrine is already active at the top of the map right now. We're having level 7 talents now. Loudspeakers is already there. We're seeing Echo of Heaven taken. The Ferocious Healing now as well. Of course, the full build going straight into the extra damage here. And 13 stacks already on the side of Falstad with Seasoned Marksman. 9 versus 9.5. Well, so far, both of the teams very close to level 10 and aiming for it. And ADRD is now starting to take down towers at the bot lane because they realize they can't go for the temple before that actually happens. But I feel there is a chance that they're even going to give this one up. Not if they get the kill though. Lunara down. Now they can go for that shrine at the top again. Fawcett can fly in. He took that tower down at the bottom. Both of the teams with their level 10 abilities. Thornwood Wines for Lunara again. Here comes the Water Elemental starting to slow them down. Great! Oh my god, that was brilliant. That was a great Sundering. Nice. Oh, the moves with the mosh pit. Oh my god, like that fight. Sundering was amazing. Then the mosh pit as a close-up. And we have before that even the Maw to save the heroes. Great Sundering and also a decent Mighty Gust pushing them into a corner, trapping them as well. But with the Maw and Mosh Pit, they were able to negate it. They didn't get kills out of it, but they just like, it's basically just like 4 heroic abilities negating each other. And once again, they're jumping in against Anti-Hero this time, but Power of Dream, he gets the palm. Lunan is always on top when he plays his Karazim. He's amazing on that hero. AD already down, and Sevkaja, they get like, Sevkaja is dishing out so much damage, it is absolutely crazy. That Lunara pick is working so well for them. Yes, it would have been great for Greymane to get the extra damage, another hero kill on those minions, but I have to apologize to Sevkaja. Jesus, like how could I ever doubt you, dude? That damage potential here on Lunara. Let's take a look at those numbers actually. We're currently having Lunara at 22,000 damage already. Doesn't really sound like much, but when you consider that we're only 8 minutes into the game, and if you just take a closer look at all of the other heroes that we have in the match, then you can probably appreciate how much damage Sevkaja has really been able to do so far. And he's just continuing to do that. Mopsio is moving in now as well, but he is going to get away at least for now. So Sevkaja with a lot of on-point damage throughout the game here. And even with Arthas being around, the creep spread of Neon is great. He died twice, which was maybe not quite necessary, but still, he is able to really put that, to put that vision on the map for them. And his creep spread is very, very solid throughout that entire top lane. So right now, we're having still a slightly inexperience for Virtus Pro. And the Sandwich Monkeys, they are starting to struggle a little bit more here. It's 9 kills against 6, so it's not like they're not getting their kills in, but it always feels like Virtus Pro is slightly ahead. And that's one of the reasons why we're now seeing, first of all, Wolves at the bot lane and also Thrall in the middle of the map trying to get some additional experience. They already realized that the 4 up at the top would fall either way, so they're trying to make up for it by soaking extra experience on the rest of the lanes. And Mopsio is trying to deny that with him just moving around on his Sonya to go from mid lane to bot lane, mid lane to bot lane the entire time and just like counter soak as much as he can. The level 13 talents right now, where we have, first of all, groupies taken. Keep in mind that Proc Rock has already been activated here, as well as the level 1 talent. We're seeing the unfair advantage for Sefkaja. Damage, damage, damage. That's all that Lunara wants to go for. This is a very aggressive Bambi that we're seeing right now. Not that viney Disney version that we oftentimes see. Nope, this is Killer Bambi right there. Going straight for those kills once again. And hopping around in the background, waiting for a chance to dish out the damage. Thornwood Vines already. ADRD eating some of the damage, but the camp is still secured. 13 talents now for both of the teams, and it just indicates once again that Sandwich Monkeys are by no means out of this game. They are starting to fall a bit behind. They have lost one of their forts, but it's not that they're way, way behind or anything. In experience, it's not even half a level. We have now Ice Block taken, the improved version with Giant Killer. We're seeing Relentless, Tidal Waves for Rhaegar, and after, first of all, Wind Chair taken, we are now having the Grace of Air also claimed. The camps on the map are mostly controlled. Well, it's basically an even split between the teams. We've seen Mopsio with a lot of camp rotation so far, trying to get his team the map pressure that they need. Sagara herself with the vision already, and Mopsio actually, especially at the bot lane, playing a very, very safe style right now. Virtus Pro seem to be very eager to win this. Like, they have nice engagements, they play very safe. Again, maybe with the exception of Zagara dying twice, but I really don't want to like blame Neon or anything. I mean, he's played a very solid game here that more earlier really saved them when that Sundering was pushing the Hazalas into a corner. But for now we see mid lane pressure. Here comes that Sundering again. The kill against Lunara, and not even the Mosh Pit was able to do anything about it. Power of Dream was trying to save Sefkaja with a Mosh Pit there, but that didn't really work out for them. So Lunara is now down. It's one of the problems if you don't go into the greater spell shield when you're up against heroes like Falset and also, of course, more of all, Jaina. Even to a certain extent when we're talking about Arthas here. But still, another shrine up on the map. 7 kills against 9. ADRD will try to at least burst another wave away before he goes for it. And now we have Lunara still down, and therefore the fight here in the middle over the shrine. Power of Dream is there, so is Lunan, but the first few of those minions are going straight into the hands of the team in blue. Great job here, trying to go for the kill. Here comes the Mighty Ghast, and they move in. They try to go for a snipe, but not quite successfully just yet. Once again, Mopsio in a little bit of trouble here. Gets saved by the palm. Here comes the Maw now as well. Oh, the kills! Kills on both sides against the melee front line. Arthur's down, Thrall down, Sonya eliminated, and also Wolves is going to fall against the poison here. Yep, Sefkaja is back, and he is claiming kills once again. Luna and Power of Dream, they are making it happen once again. Was actually like a really smart move there. Well, moving, like a really cool attack going for the shrine here, waiting for Lunara a little bit longer, and still turning it around. My apologies, by the way, for that little bit of a shakedown, for that bit of a weird fight commentating, but I still have a massive cough, and that was the moment when I had to mute my microphone for a second, so sorry guys for that. Hope that doesn't happen again. Still the lead here for the team in red. We're currently seeing them with level 16 talents right now. The invigorating spores have now been taken, so the increased attack speed that you get for 6 seconds, the unfair advantage, damage output galore here for him. Still only, not even quite a level ahead, but with 12 kills against 8, it is still Virtus Pro that is running the show here. And of course, all that we are seeing now for Team Sandwich Monkeys is them trying to go straight for that additional talent, and they have it. They left the shrine with only one of those minions, so they will get the Punisher either way. They only have to take one of them down. Shouldn't have a problem. Luna dashes in. Oh, actually didn't even get it. But yeah, they're gonna... Oh, or are they? Whoa, the Punisher is taken, but that was closer than it should have been. Mopsio down thanks to the Sundering. Power of Dream now being attacked as well. Nice heal on Antihero. Great job. Rhaegar actually falling. The Punisher goes straight for Antihero. There's no heals anymore, but Antihero is able to get away. The problem is the Maw against Jaina now. ADRD is trying to help out BKB first and then goes to help out Wolves, but nope. There's the Ice Block. It doesn't really matter anymore though. Double kill, 2 for 2 in this case now trade. So yeah, that kind of worked out, but a very, very weird fight here. I mean, the original idea was really just to leave a couple of those minions behind, waiting for one to like get a bit more time in, get the heroes back, make sure that everything works with the push on the Punisher. But then it got very, very close because they moved very late onto the shrine. We saw a dash from Karazhan trying to secure one of the kills against the minions, but it didn't really work. It was a bit too late. And it was 37 against 39. With like one good hit, that could have actually worked in favor of the Sandwich Monkeys after all. As is though, they lose the Punisher, and Virtus.pro is able to pressure through a wall again. They're now more than a level ahead right now, but it's still a pretty interesting game that we are seeing at this point. Great decisions overall, but Virtus.pro needs to be careful. I mean, they start to get a bit overconfident at times. 37,000 damage now on Lunara. We have 37,000 damage on Falstad, who by the way has 27 season marksman stacks at this point. And we're seeing now 40,000 damage on Lunara herself, so she is still the top damage dealer in the game. In terms of kills, we have 14 against 10 now. Down to the bottom of the map, still Sonya trying to go for the camps here. In the mid lane, camps are being taken out right now. And of course, all that Virtus.pro is trying to do for now is get level 20. A lot of the times the fights are really relying on that Sundering. Trying to use that Sundering, trying to use maybe the Mighty Gust to isolate a target and take that down as fast as you can. If they can make that happen again, that would of course be great for them. But at this point, it's just really about who snipes the target first. We've already seen the amazing potential that we have, especially on the side of Lunara, once that she gets free hits in against any kind of hero. At the bot lane, AD RD even now in a bit of trouble. And if a Mosh Pit or more even starts before that, then it's more or less nearly guaranteed kill for Virtus.pro. Good palm here once again. Mobs your save. Power of Dream. Rushing away here. We're actually like trying to help Sonya out in the first place. It's one of the main reasons for the rotation. So they are able to save her. We have BKB and anti-hero with the rest of the team all at the bot lane, but they're still one level behind. And as already mentioned a little bit earlier, the problem is that looming level 20. But that next shrine is not going to be affected of that, or at least it shouldn't be. Like, the shrine is there. They're starting to push at the bottom still, though. They have a camp at the top lane. The longer they actually occupy Virtus.pro at the bottom, the more damage this camp is going to dish out, and it could go through that wall. So this actually is a very interesting idea. The problem is that they are getting closer to 20. And once 20 is hit for Virtus.pro, there's just no chance anymore to really go for that shrine. So with them delaying it this much, I feel like we're going to see that level 20 talent. Yeah, like either way. I mean, it's definitely going to hit. So Sport Billy already here. We're seeing Mopsio and Sefkaja at the top. But right now, can you really still go for that shrine? I kind of doubt that a little bit. 20 is going to be hit in time. BKB in the mid lane had to pop his Army of the Dead, so they're starting to go in for this, but BKB is now in a situation where his heroic ability is the only one that is off cooldown. Falstad is trying to use that chance to go straight for the keep, for the fort. He's gonna get that. That is, of course, additional experience, but it's just not enough to bring them on the same talent. So it looks very much like they will have to deal with the Punisher again. Falstad is still trying to get experience here, and at the bottom of the map he can burst one of the waves away, maybe go into the mid lane and try to get a bit more there. That's what we have. Maybe have the rest of the team. Sandwich Monkeys, yeah, they are basically surrendering this Punisher. They know that they can't do anything with it, so instead they move into the middle, they burst structures away, and they say like, yes, you get the Punisher, but at least we're going to get level 20, and then we can fight 20 versus 20 talents. Talking 20, we have again Forest Wrath taken. We're seeing also now Storm Shield, we have Ignore Pain, and there's the Bolt of the Storm. Now the threat at the bot lane going actually for keep. Double Bolt of the Storm already. Falstad. Oh, a rewind on... well, sorry. For a second, I was a bit confused. My bad. We have rewind on Rhaegar. Not really surprising here. Could have seen a Storm Shield, but yeah, rewind is still very strong. And they go for the keep. They actually want to go for the keep. Lunan is very alone here. So keep, and then they have to move away. If they can drop Lunan, that would be great, but he should have... They go for core. They simply go for core. Whoa, the Punisher is on his way to the core as well. I didn't even think about that. Now it feels silly. They go for core instead, and actually the Sandwich Monkeys are gonna win it, boys. The Sandwich Monkeys with the early core against like Virtus.pro. I can't believe that just happened. Game is over, and the Sandwich Monkeys take it with a 2-0 victory and claim the best of 3 series.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is GG and the end of another series here on Khaldor TV with Heroes of the Storm. So once again, we have another video finished, and I hope that you enjoyed the commentary and that you liked the game, of course, as well. It was a pleasure casting the match for you. And if you guys really enjoyed it, then make sure that you give that video a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to do that too. If you have friends that are interested in Heroes of the Sports esports scene, then definitely recommend the channel to them, or just show them the video if they want to see like a bit how the pros are drafting here, especially of course when it comes to the North American scene, European scene. And I mean, these days we even have a couple of Chinese games on the channel here, so I hope that you enjoy that as well. That being said, thank you very much for watching again. I'm going to see you guys next time with more Heroes of the Storm content here on the channel. Have a great day and enjoy your week, and see you soon. Bye bye.